ask me what life
What's
is like.
life like in Amersham?
There we
John?
go. There we go, mate. There we go. It's
Well done.
hard.
Why?
No, it's great. It's great. It's very. So that's where I've moved to.
Bucolic.
Yes, Zone 9.
Ooh, didn't know there was a Zone 9.
Yeah, it's very bunting heavy.
Oh.
One of my neighbours.
What's the singular for bunting? A bunt. I've
ooh.
often wondered that. That's one for a Texas, isn't it? Anyway, so there's a lot of bunting.
Yeah, and the lady opposite said it's okay to park in the driveway if you need to, if you can't get parking, because sometimes when you can't get parking, it's an absolute B. And I've started saying that quite a lot now. It's an absolute B.
What's that even?
As in, it's a bee, like
Yeah.
a stinging bee. If you can't, it's like means it's bad.
Oh, right. I thought it was...
Oh, I thought it was stood for a word.
I thought it was like
it's not.
BS or something.
No, it's an absolute bee.
Wow.
So I've started saying that.
She's 150 years old.
I wouldn't like to put a figure on it, but you're in the sort of right ballpark. But she came around my garden and told me what all the plants were and when I needed to cut them back.
She?
Because I'd
and invited?
No, I invited her.
Oh, okay.
After a glass of champagne. She
Champagne?
Said, yeah, she said.
Are you trying to get off with that?
No, my girlfriend had some champagne left over and I'm not Actually, it was the champagne your mate sent us from France. Well, I took home.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's because you don't keep up with the vibe.
No.
But I'm not a champagne drinker. My girlfriend is.
Right.
Though I still get annoyed when she doesn't put the little sort of fizz cap on it.
Yeah, or a spoon.
Yeah.
I've seen some people doing that.
So we looked around my garden looking at flowers. She didn't have a drink.
You plied her with champagne.
I had a pint of rum and coke. 6 in the afternoon, evening. Oh, it's great.
Oh, dear.
So that's a rose, is it? What do you do with a rose?
Grass, rose. Couple of trees.
He's pretty.
House.
He's prickly. He's really prickly. Oh, what's that one? It's sort of got long spiky leaves. Does it have any? I think they're horrible.
Stingies.
There's a spider in the gas meter box.
Yeah.
There is actually a spider in the gas
meter. Do you want me to come round and sort it out?
Mate,
I'm a real man.
it would eat your hand off.
Oh, would it?
I showed it to Alex Horn.
Oh.
He came round for a cup of tea. And I asked him,
he lives around there, doesn't he?
I tried to ask him to get rid of it. And when I opened...
And he wouldn't either?
I opened the gas meter box and all you could see were its legs like a palm of fingers coming out from behind the... It is the biggest spider that's ever been seen in the British Isles.
I don't care. I will sort that out for you next time.
It's got a body the size of a grape.
That's absolutely fine by me.
What would you
Give
do
me some
with it?
kitchen roll.
Kitchen roll?
Yeah.
You'll need a blooming skip, mate.
Why? Do what I'll do. I'll get some kitchen roll, and then I'll get hold of it, and I'll put it in my mouth initially just to really frighten you, and then I'll spit it into a river.
We've got one at the bottom of the garden.
Great. Okay, I'll do that then.
I sat on. There's a little bridge go. It's a stream.
But I'm not bothered by spiders. I used to get rid of spiders from girls' houses when I was at university, hoping that they'd move on to like me.
What, unannounced?
No, I
knocking on the window. Hiya, it's Elis. Are you here? You got a spider? I'm the Spider-Man. No, not that one. Sort of a creepier version. I got gloves like those ones builders use with the blue and pink stripes on the back.
And a bit of kitchen roll. Got a lisp back then, 2000s.
I was.
Get rid of spider for you. I got rid of spider for you now.
Did you? You had a lisp?
No, of course I didn't have a lisp. Student days, eh?
Don't be mean about people with speech impediments, Elis.
Yeah, I won't.
Across the Daniel Radcliffe, for example.
Has he?
Well, he's got that thing with H's. He pronounced them as J's.
What? Mm-hmm. So he's jappy. He's jappy and he knows it.
G's.
He's gappy and he knows it.
No. he's jappy and he knows it. He
claps his japs. Jans.
He claps his what?
Jans.
His
hands.
What? Oh, I
he's
see.
jappy and he knows it.
Well,
clap his jans.
In an attempt to stop you making fun of people with speech
I don't
impediments.
believe that speech impediment.
It's true. Well, you haven't seen the Harry Potter films. You know this.
Because I'm an adult.
Yeah, but you're an adult without knowledge of famous Hollywood star speech impediments.
He says J's. He says G's instead of H's.
No, it's a very slight impediment where he'll go George. God. Well, we're not as bad as that. Now I'm making fun of it. I want to stress, I do. I have a lot of sympathy for
Me
folks.
too. I just do not believe that this speech impediment exists.
It's not so much a speech impediment. It's more like, Jonathan Wass.
Yes.
You wouldn't call that a speech. It's just sort of a vibe he's got.
It's a
tongue vibe.
Ellis James and John Robbins. Radio X.
A lot of you have tweeted in to make the point that Daniel Radcliffe would refer to himself as a Garry Potter. If he had a speech impediment.
More like a plumber than a wizard.
If he had a speech impediment that meant he replaced his H's with G's, which is what John claims.
No, right, just to be clear on this.
Garry Potter.
He pronounces J's as sort of GJs. Je. He actually pronounces J's as je.
Right.
So it's ginny as opposed to ginny. You'll notice it in the early films.
A gin and tonic.
But I don't want to sound like I'm being
No, of course
mean,
not.
But it's hard to say. So he's got a very mild version of that. So I know people who had it at school. A lot of people have it.
A lot of people have it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way you described it to me, it did sound like his life would be hell. I mean, the new film, Garry Potter. Harry Potter, yes.
Unfortunately, I can't find any reference to it online, which makes me think but I was sure I read it on an early draft of his Wikipedia page. Not that I was drafting it, but like an early version of his Wikipedia page. There we go. Oh, good Lord. Glord. I'm up to it now.
Yeah. Well, my family are actually originally from Gerriford. I mean...
No, it would be your... It wouldn't be... It's not Hereford. It would be... Thon Robbins.
Right, okay.
It's sort of there's a bit too much tongue in the J.
Yeah.
Again, not anything to do with me. But that was, I think it's when people's tongues are slightly too forward or too high,
obviously,
or just too chilled.
Yeah.
You got a chilled out tongue. It's not a bad thing. People with chilled out tongues can still achieve greatness, as Radcliffe has shown. Dave's making the timeout sign, Ellis.
No.
Humble brag next, yeah.
What, Gumble brag?
X. Ellis James and John Robbins. Radio X.